Alexandra Bello Productions presents Artistic Times Radio with Alexandra Bello, covering art events, museums, festivals, and music. We have interviews of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more. Learn about South Florida happenings and discover art firsthand while enjoying red carpets, fashion shows, and press conferences from the hand of our host, Alexandra Bello. Tune in on WNN 1470 every Tuesday night at 7:30 and on my website, ABP TV. Now, it's about to get artistic in here.
Hello everyone, another wonderful Tuesday, another week of artistic events happening right here in South Florida. I am happy and excited to be here again tonight. My name is Alexandra Bello and this is Artistic Times Radio. Tonight we have an independent filmmaker and he was, I was honored to have him on my event film carpet with his faith-based short film Slumber. His name is Andrew Sosa. How are you, Andrew?
I'm doing well. I'm doing very well. Actually, the one who's honored is me. So I think we have to duke it out because the honor is all mine.
Well, awesome. I want people to get to know you. I was all day today just putting it everywhere, just blasting it on social media. So you make sure that you're listening to us either through iHeartRadio. Just go ahead and look for AM 1470 WNN on iHeartRadio, and you can listen to me from your phone right now. You can also tune in on the radio at 1470 AM, and you can, go to my website, alexandrabello.com, and you will see us through Ustream on my website. All right. So, tell me about yourself. How did you get started into the arts, and how did you find out that you were an artist?
Wow, that's a loaded question. Well, honestly, I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I probably developed a passion for the arts since I believe an artist is born, and first and foremost. I've wanted to do something in films since I was about 12 years old, but never got a chance. I thought, well, I'm gonna get an agent, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and never came through. But then I realized, you know what? If I don't get the chance, I'll make the chance. And with the opportunities that I was given, I felt like God was like, okay, well, the doors are open, go for it. So here we are.
Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about what Slumber is about? I watched it, and a lot of people might think, I don't want to spoil it, but a lot of people might think if they watch the trailer that it's about zombies. So I want you to tell, the audience, what is the message here that you're trying to convey through this short film?
It's a simple message, but it's easy to miss. The message that I'm trying to get people to understand is this, and I've actually prayed a lot about this, and the message that I received that God wanted me to say is this. It's been said, and I've heard it said, I'm sure you have too, I'm sure all the listeners have too, that we all were born with a God-shaped hole in our hearts, that it doesn't matter what we try to fill with, whether it be money, whether it be women or men, for whatever, cars, or it doesn't fill. It's not satisfying, And I realized once I'm not gonna say I stumbled because I didn't. Once He brought me back, I realized, you know what, I'm good. I don't have to go after these things that might not fill me up, and he started to give me a little bit here, a little bit there, and then he put a good friend of mine in my path. I again prayed. I said, Lord, well, if this is what you want for me, put people in my path. So I met Gabriel Tyner, and you met him too.
Much respect to Gabriel Tyner.
And a lot of things that I learned from him would not be possible to do this film without the things I learned from him. And of course, I can't just stop here without mentioning Gaetano Fasulo. He was also an inspiration to me.
Thank you, Gaetano Fasolo, for helping. Thanks, de verdad.
So the film itself, it's about the missing that one thing that we need. We go after those things that it doesn't satisfy. We think it satisfies momentarily. That's it. It's all about the second that we got a beer. Awesome. It tastes good. It feels good. But once it's done, you just get the headache. Whatever the case is, you have $100 in your pocket. Awesome. You got it. You spend the money, it's gone.
Yeah, you're right.
So that's really what Slumber is about.
Awesome. Well, I would like for you to show to your camera the poster right here. This is the poster. He had the opportunity to introduce Ana Tijerino. I believe that she's on the phone right now.
Awesome.
Anna, are you there?
Hi, Alexandra.
Hi, we have
Hi.
Ana Tijerino on the phone. Did I say your name right?
Tijerino.
Tijerino. Okay, perfect.
But you pronounced the correct Spanish version.
Of course. How are you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for having me.
Awesome. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience with Andrew Sosa, being on his film?
Mm-hmm. This is my first movie production.
Yeah.
The movie, so that was a lot of fun. Andrew was a great director to work with for my first time, and he I don't know, he said previously before that he filmed a Slumber, but it was a shorter version of the short version. So he did that a couple of years back, and then he approached me again last year and wanted to know if we could redo it. And when he said that, I'm like, sure, yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. So going through that whole experience was amazing, and it was definitely worth it.
Awesome. Why do you like art, Anna? What do you consider yourself in the big art spectrum? Do you consider yourself just an actress or anything else?
Probably just acting. Ever since I was little, I just enjoyed really getting into your character and playing different roles and bringing characters to life and bringing events to life. That's what I always loved about acting, was just that whole aspect to it. So probably just acting. I never really ventured into director or producing too much.
Awesome. How did you guys meet?
Do you want her to answer me?
I would like to hear her version first and then your version. What is your version,
Yes,
Anna?
my version's probably the truth.
Oh my goodness. Really?
We met in another drama group at my church, and that's where we met. He was an interesting person when I first met him, but I'm glad I did.
Awesome. What is your version, Andrew?
My version, it's kind of the same, because she already told you the truth, so I can't really embellish it.
Did she miss any details or anything?
No.
Okay,
It's pretty
great.
much, other than the part that I was an interesting person, I still am an interesting
That's
person.
interesting. That's interesting. Can you guys tell me what are the plans for Slumber now that you had your private screening and you basically checked up on what you needed to fix or change, and now you probably polished it 100%?
Well, from my standpoint right now, I have a cousin of mine in Brazil that he pastors a church, and I thought, well, this is not a nationwide message. This is a worldwide message. And I might have spoke to you before about this, that I'm in films not for money. I'm in films because it's my calling. It's what I feel that God wanted me to do. Now, if I have to, I just got admonished there.
If you had to?
No, if it's not about money for me. Money would be great, but
It's about the message.
It is. Because what I received, I'd like for other people to get it too. And if you allow me to tell this story real quick, before I got the message, before I received, not this message, but the message itself, before I accepted Christ, I didn't know this, but I was empty. I would go home, I watch TV, I go clubbing, I go do this and that and the other. And next day comes around, I'm back to nothing. And that's really the message I'm trying to pass on. That there is life.
Amazing. And there is life, and you are using arts to manifest that. How about you, Anna? What are your plans now that you have been introduced in this short film? What are your plans as an actress, Anna?
Well, I would definitely love to pursue that career, so I need to probably start getting a it's blanked on the word. It's horrible. Wow, that's really sad. It's completely blanked on the word. But a person to represent you in the acting company. I completely blanked though.
Oh, that's fine. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Anna. I'm going to stay here a little longer with Andrew, and we are going to give some announcement before we go to commercial break. Thank you so much. That was Anna Tijerino, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Talk to you later, Anna.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone, before we go to a break real quick, I want to let you all know that if you are very busy at home and you want to do your hair, maybe you have a family, you have kids, and you cannot leave the house, you can just call Laced Up Hair. Lacey Johnson is a licensed full-service mobile stylist, and she's available for in-house appointments for your convenience with services that include color, cut, blow dry, highlights, ombre, and more. So simply, call Lacey Johnson at Laced Up Hair. You can also find her on Facebook with that name at 754-214-3536. 754-214-3536 for more information and to schedule an appointment with Lacey Johnson, a dear friend of mine. You gotta love her. She is amazing. Later on tonight, I am going to be telling you what is happening in South Florida. I want to remind everyone, if you didn't get to the movies, you should go and check out Unfriended. I actually had an opportunity to watch it. It was pretty scary. Yeah, Unfriended. It opened last week. I didn't get a chance to watch Mall Cop with Paul Blart and Child 44, but I will be going back to the movies to watch that. This week, we have Opening the Age of Adeline, starring Blake Lively, Adult Beginners, The Forger, Little Boys with Jacob Salvati, and also The Forger with John Travolta. So remember to go to a theater nearby and check the new movies opening. Let's go to a quick break real quick, and we'll be right back.
The summer is almost here, and you can renew your home's curb appeal in just a few hours. First Class Pressure Cleaning specializes in residential driveways and landscaping. Starting at only $50, First Class can make your house look brand new. Let's get ready for summer. Call 786-440-8450 and take advantage of our specials. We promise quality, dedication, and professional service. Get your residents treated first class. First Class Pressure Cleaning brings class to your home. 786-440-8450 and tell them you heard about them from Artistic Times. You're listening to Artistic Times with Alexandra Bello. Call into the show at 888-565-1470 and join us on the red carpet as Alexandra interviews and informs at WNN 1470 and ABP TV. Now, back to our show.
And we are back. I want to remind you to call First Class Pressure Cleaning if you want to renew your home for this summer. They do pressure cleaning and they also do hood cleaning if you have a restaurant, a personal restaurant, or a small business. They also do parking lots, and you can call at 786-440-8450. I also want to remind you that you can follow me at alexandrabello.com or ABPTV on Vimeo, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. If you want to follow me or stalk me on Facebook, you can just look for Alexandra Bello. And I also have my personal Twitter, but I recommend those. I also told you that it is very important, if you're looking for events related to art, to download a couple of apps. I recommend Eventbrite because you can just browse on what's going on, and you can say art and entertainment, or you can say films, and it's going to give you a list with the location, the prices, and everything you need. This is what I found on Facebook. We have an amazing show coming up this Sunday at 5 p.m. hosted by Aniela McGuinness. It's called I Don't Have Cancer, One Woman Show. I had the opportunity to meet this wonderful lady, and I recommend you to go right there in Boca Raton, a center stage in Boca Raton. Look it up, go to Facebook and follow her, Aniela McGuinness, and ask her any questions about the event, any questions that you might have. So far, I know it's, I didn't see any prices, but again, if you follow Aniela McGuinness, you will find out more about this show. Also, if you are, into Pompano Beach Women's Club, for only $25 in Pompano Beach on Friday, May 8th at 8 p.m., they will host the event called the Pink and Red Affair, and it's about cancer, but it's mostly a comedy stand-up show. And, for those who love comedy, comedy brings people together as well. You love comedy?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. I want to invite you from my app that I have on my phone, Meetup. I have found a lot of interesting classes, a lot of events where you can do networking and meet new people in the field. In this case, this Thursday coming up, we have the Talent and Executives Networking event hosted by Johnny Marseille and Hilary Metz on Audiovision Studio. It's on Thursday at 7 p.m. My friend Sam, SGM World, is also going to be there, so I send you all a big kiss, and I'll see you there Thursday night. Next Monday, and every Monday, we have Michael Jacks on his weekly act and learning film acting and improv cold read on Monday nights, Underground Coffee House at 8 p.m. Okay, back to you, Andrew. Tell us a little bit about your craft.
Let's do this.
You are a director,
I am.
but is there anything else that you like doing?
Honestly, I like singing, but I can't. But no, I like directing. I like acting, and I, even though I produce, I like directing because it gives me a chance to create. As an actor, I love it because I get to be somebody else, not in a bad way, but it's you get to step out of yourself.
That's interesting. It's always interesting to do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like acting too.
Yeah, and as a director, I love it because you get to create the whole thing. You get to kind of like almost like molding the clay.
Yes,
in a sense,
you're the one with the vision.
Yeah.
Like, for example, somebody has a story and they look for you, and you are the one that is going to get that vision of what they're telling you. You're going to absorb what they're giving you, and then you're going to create a vision, and you're going to materialize that vision, which is why it's so interesting to be a director.
And there's one thing I believe, that an artist is more than just one thing. I'm sure, because you're an artist, and I'm sure you do either painting, you draw, or I know you do something else other than films.
Yes, definitely.
And that's what we bring to the table, because we are, was that right brain or left brain? I'm not really
I
sure.
don't know if we are right brain or left brain. I can look it up real quick.
Well,
But
we're one side of the brain,
Yes.
we think more along those lines. I particularly like the visual arts just because I'm a visual person. I like seeing things. I like seeing things complete.
which is why you are a director, because you are more a visual person, and you're going to see things that are not, that are not materialized yet.
Right.
You're going to see something that might be like a foggy dream, or like a thought, and you are going to be the only one who is going to decipher that puzzle and figure it out and present it to people in a tangible way.
Sometimes.
Sometimes, no, I understand. It never. You always watch it, or whatever you complete. It can be a sculpture, it can be a mural, it can be anything, and you're like, well, some people are satisfied and say, this is exactly what I wanted, and some people still feel like I was missing some things, but I just didn't know how to make them happen.
Well, since you said that, I'm gonna have to explain this poster.
Good.
Because
please do show it to the camera again.
This poster right here.
Yes.
Was made out of mistakes. And I'll explain to you in a second, because none of the there's nothing in this poster that I meant to happen. Starting with the
but
picture.
Sometimes you start a wonderful, with beautiful accidents. You make something amazing.
Well, that's all we are.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
And starting with the picture, I took the picture and I didn't have it. I hadn't focused on her. I took the picture, and I was like, oh man, let me take another one. Let me put it in focus. Then later on, I'm like, I don't need that. It goes with the title, slumber. When you're halfway asleep, your vision is kind of blurry.
Yeah.
So this picture, the main picture, I was actually driving to Bible study, and I saw the sky. I was like, okay, I got to take a picture. This is a phone picture.
That's amazing that you made that. You basically art directed that poster, and sometimes the directors don't do that.
Well, I didn't. I mean, I put it together, but one wrong thing here, one wrong click there, and there it is.
Amazing. It's amazing. It's good. You let yourself kind of like do it without thinking too much, and this is what happens, and you're proud of it, which is very important.
I'll let him do it.
Good. That's very good. That's very good that you admit that. A lot of people, step in front of themselves, and sometimes the blessings don't come through because of that.
Yeah, I know that this is not me.
Amazing.
But Alexandra,
Alexandra, Michelle.
Well, I never pegged you for Michelle, but okay.
I know, I'm not Michelle, but, when I used to be a bartender, there was one guy that would call me Michelle, and I'm like, yes, sir.
That's interesting. My name when I was in the Air Force was Hey You.
Hey You! What's up?
I mean, other than 20 other guys turned around, So I wasn't sure.
That was not an exclusive name.
No,
not cool.
I wasn't sure if it was me or... But I'd like to recognize a few of my cast. A few people. Of
course.
I'd like to let people know that I have a few very good friends in this film. One of them is Eric Power. Unfortunately, he was not able to be here, and neither was Eddie Maldonado. Well, I hope his car is doing better. And unfortunately, Tommy O'Brien is not here, but I hear he's doing very well up in what's that country again?
Georgia, Atlanta, something like
Georgia.
that.
I call it a country, because it's
somewhere else.
It's a different place.
Oh, that's amazing that you're, saying thanks to them. I actually want to say thanks to all the friends that are watching and listening, and I want to send a prayer to Rich Stevens, who is having a heart-related issue surgery tonight. We send him a get well soon and a big hug, and we pray for him. I put it on Facebook earlier, and I hope you're doing better, Rich Stevens. I have a lot of events that I didn't get to tell you guys, but if you follow me on Facebook, just check my calendar or check my wall, and I am constantly publishing what's going on and posting what's happening in South Florida, within the arts. I also want to invite you guys to give us a call if you wish at 888-565-1470. You can also listen to this on iHeartRadio or WNN1470am.com. You can also go to AMP2TV on YouTube if you want to catch up with any other shows that you might have missed. And remember to go to alexandrabello.com to find those radio episodes. This was Andrew Sosa with Slumber. Andrew, any final thoughts before we leave?
I just urge people to go to YouTube, watch it, and even if you watch the last 2 minutes, you might get something. I prefer you to watch the entire thing, just because if you watch the last 2 minutes, you won't know what the story is about.
Awesome. Yeah. What is your website?
If you go to onearrowfilms.org and go into films, the films tab, and you can see the video posted there.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for being with us. I remind you all that we will be here next Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. This was Artistic Times Radio. I am Alexandra Bello, and you can find me on ABP TV or Alexandra Bello anywhere in social media. If you want to find out more about upcoming events, simply tag me on Twitter or Facebook and ask me the questions. What's happening this week, Alexandra? Woo! I don't even know what that sign was. But anyways, thank you so much. This was Andrew Sosa with the short film Slumber. And remember to go to his website, onearrowfilms.org. Have a nice night, everyone.
Take care, guys. Thanks.
You have been listening to Alexandra Bello from Alexandra Bello Productions and Artistic Times Radio. Join us every Tuesday at 7:30 and get informed in the world of artists, celebrities, musicians, writers, and more on the Red Carpet Fashion Show. Join us next week for more red carpet treatment of Artistic Times. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those